So due to raining, less students join today. Anyways, recording will be there, right? Yeah, let's get started. Fine. So before going to start our session, let me introduce myself first. My name is Ram. I'm having 16 plus years of experience in IT. Last 7.5 years, I'm working on DevOps practices, and I'm working on multiple projects governed by the DevOps technologies. Let's start the session. Yeah. So today's agenda here is what is DevOps? Who can learn DevOps and job opportunities? What are the different things we can achieve in the DevOps? What is the role and responsibilities of DevOps engineer in real-time projects? Yeah. So basically, what is DevOps? If anyone asks you this question, what would be your answer? What is DevOps? Anyone? What is DevOps? Anyone having idea?
Is a methodology.
It's a methodology, right? Yes, methodology. Any other answers? Any other answers? Anyone? Fine. DevOps is a set of practices that combine software development and IT operations, right? It's a set of practices. It's not a tool. DevOps is not a tool. It's a set of practices. Fine. Yeah. So where the multiple are connected to each other to perform automation of all the activities. Okay. What is automation? What is automation? Anyone? What is automation?
Without doing any manual, we can perform automation in all the platforms by using DevOps tools.
Fine. Yeah. So currently, whatever activities we are doing, whatever day-to-day activities we are performing in real-time projects, like deployments, code movement, code merging, code pushing, code pulling. So whatever we are doing currently, those we can do in automated way. Those activities we can do in automated way, right? So currently, whatever activities we are performing in real-time projects, so we work on tickets, we work on deployments, we work on yeah, code merging, sprints, agile methodology. So currently, whatever activities we are doing manually, those we can do in automated way, right? By single click, we can deploy n number of applications. By single click, we can deploy yeah. So code, whatever code developed by developers. By single click, we can merge the code. We can pull the code. We can push the code. Whatever, right? Yeah. So automation is a yeah. Without manual intervention, we can do in automated way by using DevOps tools. Fine. Yeah. It's a continuous deployments, continuous integration, continuous testing, and continuous monitoring. What is deployment? What is integration? What is testing? What is monitoring? We'll see in further slides. Yeah, so let's go with a little bit history of DevOps. DevOps is not a new process. DevOps is not a new methodology. It's a very old methodology. It was started in 2008. It is not new process, right? It was started in 2008. So by the time we used to use very old tools like Puppet. Puppet is one of the automation tool. So by using Puppet, we used to do the automation in 2008. So DevOps Arena started in 2008. Okay, not new one. Fine. But by the time we used to use very old tools like Puppet, so those are not fully automated tools. 50% of the manual efforts required. So currently we are using very advanced tools like Kubernetes, Docker, Ansible, Terraform, Jenkins. These are all very advanced tools, right? By using that advanced tools, we are doing the automation activities. We are performing automation activities. Fine. Yeah. So here we have two sections. First one is developer point of view, developers. Second one is operations. What is developer? The person who is developing the code, who is building the applications, who is building source code is nothing but developers. Operations are nothing but it's a collection of all the servers, collection of all devices which are hosted in the data center, right? So what is data center? Anyone? What is data center? Data center and anyone having idea? What is data center?
The
Anyone? What is
collection
data
of
center?
server, collection of physical server.
Right. Yeah, data center is nothing but where we host all the servers, where we host all the devices like servers, switches, network, storage, backup devices, right? Where we hold all the, where we host all the servers, devices, right? Yeah, which is nothing but data center. So data center is a simple, you can say server room. Fine. Yeah, we are talking about servers. Now, let us go with a small example here, which is, let us say, small Java project. So, if you want to start any project, if you want to start uh, any startup company, or if you want to start any project, very first thing what we required here, very first thing what we required server setup, servers required, right? So, because the developers they develop the code on servers directly, right? Yeah, so we require servers. So who will build the servers? Who set up the servers? Admins will prepare the servers. Admins will set up the servers, right? Yeah. So when we talk about servers, we have different server groups are there like development servers, UAT servers, pre-prod servers, production servers. So why we require this many types of servers to develop the code, to work on the deployments? Why we require this many types of servers? Because so developer develop the code on development servers. Once development is completed, what they will do, they push the code to UAT servers to test the code, right? So after that, the code will be moved to pre-prod. So before going to live, pre-prod also available, right? So every project team they are maintaining different environments. They are building different environments, right? Like development, UAT, QA, pre-prod, staging, and production, different types of servers. So once the developer develop the code in development servers, that code should not be deployed directly onto production. Before deploying the code on production servers, the code should be tested. The code should be tested in UAT and pre-prod, right? So every project team they maintain some code standards, right? Every application, yeah. So they test before deploying onto production, right? Yeah. Once testing is completed, the code will be deployed onto production servers. Then it will go to live. Fine. So here, server team they build the servers, admins, developers develop the code, testers test the code, application team deploy the code on production servers, right? Now, see here. So this is the actual process. Okay, so developer develop the code on their local workspace first. Developers develop the code on their local workspace. Local workspace is nothing but it's a desktop or laptop. They start the work. They start their work on local workspace first. So then they will push the code to development servers, right? So from development servers, yeah, the code will be moved to UAT servers. So in UAT, testers will test the code by using unit test cases. They test the code. So after that, the code will be moved to pre-prod servers before going to production. So in pre-prod, the code will be tested. Once testing is done, then finally the code will be deployed onto production server. So actually, every project team they follow this process. Every project team they follow the process, right? Yeah. So before going to deploy the code on production servers, so the code should be tested. Then that should be moved to pre-prod. So if the application is working properly, application is designed properly, then finally the application will be deployed onto production, right? So we are talking about deployments, code movement, right? Yeah, see here. So developers they work on their local workspace. Three developers are working on their local workspace, right? So normal in real-time projects, any application development divided into sprints. Any application development divided into sprints. So like bits and pieces. Bits and pieces is nothing. Bits and pieces we can call it as sprint. What is sprint, anyone? What is sprint?
In
Sprint,
a Scrum team, when we work, so we have sprints in that in the agile process.
right? Yeah, so normally any development activity, so any application development, the application would be different, divided into different pieces, right? The piece is nothing but sprint. What is sprint? Sprint is nothing but it is a timeline. Timeline. Sprint can be 1 week to 1 month as per the project team requirement. They design sprints, right? The sprint should be completed within the 1 month or 1 week as per the requirement, right? Yeah. Now, three developers are working on their local workspace. They are working on same requirement. They are working on different sprints. Once the development is completed, they will push the code to development servers. So they test the code here. They check the code in pre-prod servers. Finally, the code will be deployed onto production servers. So normally, developer develop the code, testers test the code, admins build the servers. Who will move the code from one environment to other environment? Here, DevOps engineers will move the code from one environment to other environment. This is one of the DevOps engineer role. This is one of the DevOps engineer role. DevOps engineer will not do any development. DevOps engineer will not do any testing. DevOps engineer will not do any admin activities, right? So DevOps engineer role is different role. He will push the code, he will merge the code, he will work on some tickets, right? So DevOps engineer role is different role, automation role. Fine. Any questions up to here, anyone? Anyone having any
So,
questions?
yeah, like previously there was a deployment team which used to deploy the builds and everything. So now, I mean, is the DevOps team also a deployment team or?
Yeah, DevOps team also involved into deployments. Okay, actually application team
Okay.
deploy the code. So by the time
Yes.
DevOps team also involved into the deployments.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. Fine. Now, so we are discussing about code movement, right? So by using DevOps tools, how can we move the code from one environment to other environment, one tool to other tool? We'll try to understand. See here. So this is a local Git. We can say local Git. So here three developers are working on local Git. So once development is completed, they will move the code to GitHub. So basically, what is Git? Can you mute everyone? Some background noise is coming here. So recording will be disturbed, right? So can you mute everyone? Yeah, basically what is Git? What is Git? So Git is a repository tool or version control tool. Git is a repository tool or version control tool. Just a minute, some background noise is coming here. Yeah. So Git is a repository tool or version control tool. What is repository? Anyone? What is repository? Where we store our data, where we save our code, right? So where we store our application is nothing but repository. It can be any files like any data, any applications, right? So where we store our data is nothing but repository. So what is version control system? What is version control? Anyone? Anyone having idea? Version control system. Yeah. So when we talk about version control, so here three developers are working on their local Git, right? So who is doing what? How can we understand? By using version control system, we can understand who did changes, when did changes, what purpose they did changes. So based on these comments, Git will track the versioning. Git will track the versions. For example, 10 developers are working on Java code. So who is doing what? So who is developing front end? Who is developing back end? So who is working on database? How can we understand? By using version control system, we can understand, right? Yeah, in local Git, developer develop the code. Once development is completed, they will push the code to GitHub. So Git and GitHub both are same. Git is a local repository. GitHub is a remote repository, right? So once the code is moved to GitHub, so from GitHub, we have Jenkins. Next one is Jenkins. So Jenkins is a CI/CD tool. Jenkins is a CI/CD tool, continuous integration, continuous delivery tool, or continuous deployment tool, right? So in DevOps, we have multiple tools are there. All the tools are individual tools. One tool will not communicate other tool. Jenkins is a mediator tool. It will communicate all the tools. It will integrate all the tools by installing plugins. Jenkins will work as a mediator tool. It is a CI/CD tool. So while working on Jenkins, we'll go deep dive, right? So Jenkins is a mediator tool. So it will act as a CI/CD mediator, right? It will integrate all the tools, it will communicate all the tools by installing plugins. What is plugin? Plugin is nothing but it is a package installer. For example, my code is available in GitHub. So I want to pull the code from GitHub to Jenkins. So before pulling the code from GitHub to Jenkins, what we need to do? We need to deploy one package here, which is plugin. We need to install one plugin, one GitHub plugin in Jenkins. Once we install the plugin, then we can prepare the jobs in Jenkins. So once trigger the job, the code will be pulled from GitHub to Jenkins, right? So normally in Agile methodology, we don't pull the code manually, we don't push the code manually. So by using DevOps tools, we can pull the code, we can push the code, we can deploy the code, right? Yeah. So by using Jenkins, we can pull the code from GitHub to Jenkins. So whatever code we pull from GitHub to Jenkins, which is raw code. What is raw code? Anyone? Unstructured code, unformatted code. So once we pull the code from GitHub to Jenkins, which is the code which we pulled, which is a raw code. So raw code is nothing but unformatted code, unstructured code. So that raw code we cannot directly deploy onto application servers. That is why we are integrating one more tool, which is Maven. What is Maven? What Maven will do? Maven is a build tool. Maven is a build tool. So which will generate artifacts. What is artifact? Artifact is nothing but archive file, like binary file, zip file. So once receive the code from Jenkins to Maven, once Maven is received from Jenkins, so the code is a raw code. Raw code will not understand by application servers. That is why we are integrating Maven. Maven will convert into one artifact. Maven will take the raw code and convert into artifact as a single file. That artifact will be pushed to the application server. Here we deploy the code. Clear, right, everyone? This is CI/CD process. Every project team following currently in Agile methodology. In Agile, every project team following this process. So whatever code received by Jenkins from GitHub, which is a raw code will be pushed to the Maven. Maven will convert into single file as a jar file, war file, ER file. That will give back to Jenkins. Jenkins will push to application server. Here we deploy the code. Any questions up to here, anyone? Anyone having any questions?
So will like if there are two, three developers working, if they provide their code, so any mistakes done by them will be identified directly, like whose code got that issue through this.
Yeah. So in Agile methodology, this is high level architecture. This is high level
Okay.
architecture. Yeah. So we'll go deep dive while working on the tools, definitely. So where the testing will be happened, where the code will be merged, definitely we'll discuss. We'll go deep dive.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions, anyone? Yeah. Fine. See here. So Jenkins pull the code from GitHub to Jenkins. After that, it will push to Maven. Maven will convert into one war file, jar file, ER file as per the project requirement. That will be give back to Jenkins. Jenkins will push to application server. Here we deploy the code. So here Maven functionality is to generate artifact as a single file, right? For example, in your laptop, you have 100 PDF documents are there. 100 PDF documents are there. So I asked you to send those documents to me. What is the simplest way to send those documents to me? How can you send that documents? Anyone? You have 100 documents, PDF documents in your laptop. So I asked you to send those documents to me. What is the simplest way to send those documents to me? How can you send
Through
them?
mail.
Well,
Right. So instead of attaching all the documents into the mail, you can convert into one GIF file, right? As a single file. That GIF file you can attach to the email and send it across. Fine. If I want to read the files, I can unzip and I can read the files, right? The same way, Maven received the raw code from Jenkins. So Maven will convert into one GIF file, one tar file or jar file or ER file, which is GIF format. That will give back to Jenkins. Jenkins will push to application servers. Here we deploy the code. Fine. Yeah. So this is the end-to-end process. Okay. So currently, by using Jenkins, we can deploy the code, and also we have advanced tool to deploy the code. We have different advanced tools also there, which are like Ansible, Chef, and Puppet to deploy the code on production servers. So currently, we are not using Puppet. Very few project teams they're using Puppet. So Chef also 15% of the project teams they're using. So 85% of the project team they are using Ansible, right? Yeah. So let us try to understand what is Ansible. How can we deploy the code using Ansible? So Ansible is a advanced tool, very secure tool. So it is an automation tool, right? How can we automate the activities? How can we deploy the code? How can we deploy the applications? We'll try to understand. So before going to Ansible, I give you a small requirement here. I give you small requirement. So before going to Ansible, I want to give small requirement, which is, for example, so we have 1,000 servers are there. 1,000 servers. So I want to install Java on 1,000 servers. Install Java on 1,000 servers. I want to install Java on 1,000 servers. So these 1,000 servers are not in automation. We are not using any scripts. We are not using any tools to automate. Okay. So these are all manual servers. These are all manual servers. So I want to deploy Java on 1,000 servers. So how can we install Java? Right? Let us take one server. How can we install Java on single server? So if you want to install Java on single server, first we need to connect server, right? Connect server, right? By using RDP, remote desktop, or PuTTY. The server is a Windows server. We can connect through RDP. The server is a Linux server. We can connect through PuTTY, right? First we need to connect server, right? After that we need to log in server by using username and password. You can log in into the server. So after that, once you log into the server, check Java installed or not, right? If the Java is installed, it is fine. If the Java is not installed, we need to install Java, right? So before installing Java, we required a Java package, right? Java software required, right? So normally in real-time projects, we don't connect pen drives to the laptop. We don't download packages from internet. We don't put the CDs. Those will not be allowed, right? So because USB ports will be disabled. So in our official laptop, USB ports will not work, right? We cannot put the CDs. We cannot download the packages from internet. So because firewalls will be there, right? Firewalls will block the unauthorized sites, right? So unauthorized devices, right? So in official laptop, we cannot connect pen drives, CDs, whatever, right? Yeah. So that is why what we will do, we can copy Java software from share folders. What is share folder? It is a central repository where we store all the repositories. So in real-time projects, we save all the repositories in share folders. So we can copy from share folder. Once we copy the software from share folder to target server, after that we can install Java. Once install the Java, we need to set environment variables. So we need to set environment variables. Okay. So what is environment variable? So we need to set the path. where we configure the application, right? So finally, we need to reboot server. So the server should be rebooted finally, right? So without reboot, the changes will not be reflected to the server. So this is the actual process to deploy Java on single server you need to follow, right? So for example, if the person is having 2 to 3 years experience guy, 2 to 3 years experience guy, how much time will take to perform this activity? How much time will take to perform this activity on single server? 2 to 3 years experience guy. Maybe 30 minutes, right? So if the person is expert, how much time will take? He may take 20 minutes or 15 minutes, right? So let us say 10 minutes only, right? So 10 into, we have 1000 servers are there, 1000 servers. It takes how much time? 10,000 minutes, right? So if you want to deploy Java on 1000 servers, so manually, not using automation tools, I'm talking about manual process, right? So manual servers. So manually, if you want to perform Java deployment on 1000 servers, it takes 10,000 minutes, right? Yeah. So normally in real-time projects, we work on tickets, right? We receive tickets. So tickets are like, what is ticket? Anyone? What is ticket? Anyone? Say request. So we are using currently different ticketing tools like ServiceNow, Jira, Jira, and BMC Remedy, right? So different ticketing tools we are using, right? So yeah, development team they raise the tickets. Development team they raise the tickets. So these tickets we can work on these tickets and we can resolve the issues, right? So normally, for example, we received one ticket, we received one request, we received one request for installing Java on 1000 servers, right? So every request will have some SLA. What is SLA? Anyone? What is SLA?
Service level agreement.
Yes, service level agreement. What is service level agreement? It is a timeline. It is a timeline, right? Service level agreement is nothing but timeline. So every ticket will have some timeline. Within the timeline, we have to close the tickets, right? Yeah. So for example, every ticket will have some SLA we're discussing, right? So when we talk about tickets, we have different types of tickets are there, like P1 tickets, P2, P3, and P4. So priority 1, priority 2, priority 3, priority 4. So priority 1 ticket will have 1 hour time. P1 ticket is high priority ticket, 1 hour SLA. Right? So priority 2, 4 hours. Priority 3, 24 hours. Priority 4, 48 hours. So every ticket will have some SLA timeline. Within the time we need to close the ticket. Otherwise, what will happen? If you don't close the ticket within the SLA, what will happen? The ticket will be escalated to next level, right? So that will, if the ticket is escalated, what will happen? That will impact to your KPI, your key performance indicators. So while discussing one-to-one with manager, they raise this, right? So it will impact your KPI. So that is why to avoid this process, to avoid this escalations, to avoid this yeah, so delay process, what we are doing, we are using automation tools. We are using automation tools to deploy the applications, to deploy the code, to deploy the plugins, whatever, right? So automation tools, we have Ansible, Chef, and Puppet. So these are the automation tools. Currently, Puppet we are not using. So Chef also 15% of the project teams are using Chef. So 85% of the project teams are using Ansible to automate the activities. Okay, yeah, fine. So the same process by using Ansible, how can we achieve? We'll try to understand. Same deployment activity, Java installation activity on 1,000 servers. By using Ansible, how can we achieve this? We'll try to understand. Okay, yeah. So this is my Ansible server. This is my Ansible server. I have 1,000 servers are there. I have 1,000 servers are there to deploy the Java on 1,000 servers. Okay, yeah. So here these are the 1,000 servers are there here. Yeah. So on these 1,000 servers, I want to deploy the Java. So these are the development servers 300, QA servers or UAT servers 300, and production servers 400. Right. So on these 1,000 servers, I want to deploy the Java using Ansible. How can we deploy? Right. So before deploying Java, first we need to authenticate from Ansible to development QA production servers. Right. So authentication is required. So authentication from Ansible to development, QA, and production. So here in Ansible, we are using authentication method is we are using key-based authentication. Key-based authentication. What is key-based? So here in Ansible, we generate one public key. The command here is keygen. Keygen is the command to generate public key. So by using this public key we can push to the dev QA production servers. We need to add into dev QA production servers. Once you add into dev QA production servers, authentication will be established. From Ansible to development QA production, first we need to authenticate. So after that, we need to prepare inventory groups. What is inventory? Anyone? So inventory is nothing but server information. So here we have three different types of servers available, right? So we need to create three different groups, right? Like development group. So in development group, we need to add all the development servers. So after that, QA group. In the QA group, we need to add all the QA servers. Yeah, we have production group, prod group. We need to add all the prod servers here, right? So as per the requirement, we need to add all the servers here. Okay. So why we require three groups? We can create only one group, right? Why we need to create three groups here? Because, for example, development servers required Java, right? QA servers required testing tools. Prod required prod applications. So when you trigger this, when you run the script here in Ansible, for example, if you want to deploy Java development only, right? So, but here only one group is there. If you have only one group, if you deploy Java, if you deploy Java using Ansible, what will happen? So it will be deployed onto all the servers at a time, right? But we don't require on QA and production. That is why we need to segregate the servers here. We need to segregate the servers, right? So if you required any packages on development servers, you can select only development servers. If you require any testing tools, you can select only QA servers. So like that, you can segregate this. So by using inventory groups, we can segregate like this. Okay. So after that, we need to prepare .yml script. YML or YAML both are same, right? So this script is nothing but we can say playbooks, playbooks, playbook. What is playbook? Anyone? So playbook is nothing but it is a YAML script. It is a very simple script. Small scripts are there. In Ansible, we don't do any coding. Normally, as a DevOps engineer, we don't do any coding. We don't do any testing. So we work on small scripts. So in Ansible, we use the YAML script, which is available in Ansible only. The scripts are available in Ansible that we can take and we can customize and we can reuse. We no need to prepare our own. Ansible is providing all the scripts, reusable scripts that we can take and we can customize and we can reuse. Okay. For example, if you want to deploy Java on 1,000 servers, what is the playbook? What is the script? We'll try to understand here. I'll show you something here. So if you want to deploy Java on 1,000 servers, see here. This is the here. This is the Java playbook. This is the Java playbook. Just copy this. So Java playbook. We'll discuss Java playbook. So Java playbook. Yeah, this is very simple Java playbook. This is a very simple Java playbook. I'll show you. Just a minute. I just want to adjust this because so playbook requires some space, right? Just, yeah. Okay. Anyways, no issues. So I can copy paste here. Just copy this and paste here. Here. So this is the Java playbook. Very simple, small playbook. Yeah. So see here. This is the Java playbook. Okay. So host, before going to host here, so three hyphens are there here, right? This is the syntax, right? Three hyphens. Three hyphen is the syntax. Okay. So hyphen host. Host means where you want to deploy Java on all servers or development servers or QA servers, whatever, right? So here, see here. So three hyphen host all on all servers are development only. You can change this. You can give development if you want to deploy Java on only development servers. You can give development. So if you want to deploy Java on development and QA, you can give dev and QA, right? If you want to deploy Java on all servers, you can give all. Next tasks, which tasks you are going to perform. So install Java. Yeah, these three lines are common for every playbook. These three lines are common for every playbook. I can remove this. Yeah, so this is for our understanding. This line is for our understanding, which we are going to perform, right? So this is the actual playbook. This is only the playbook to deploy the Java. This is only the playbook. M column name equal to Java hyphen 1.7.0 hyphen openjdk space state equal to present. So present installed both are same. If you want to deploy Java, this is only the playbook, simple playbook, right? Yeah. So this type of scripts we can execute in the Ansible. Okay. Yeah. So if you want to uninstall the Java, in place of present, you can give absent. In place of present, you can give absent. If you want to uninstall Java on development QA production servers, right? So by using Ansible, we can deploy the Java. You can deploy the Java on 1,000 servers by using the playbook here. Fine. So here, once you prepare the playbook, after that you need to connect. So where you want to deploy Java, for example, development, I can give dev, okay, or else you can give all. Once you connect all, you can trigger the playbook. You can run the playbook by using Ansible. Once you run the playbook, what will happen? So within 2 minutes, the Java will be deployed on all servers. Within 2 minutes, maybe it takes 1 minute or 1.5 minutes, right? So it is a parallel process. It is a parallel process, right? So setup is one-time job in real-time projects. Once you set up this, so n number of times you can automate the activities. So within 1 minute, you can deploy Java, right? So once deploy the Java, we get some report. How many servers are deployed? How many servers are not deployed? Right? So why the servers are not deployed? We can check it out. Okay, fine. So here there is a interview question. Here there is a interview question. So most of the interviews, when I take the interviews in our project, I asked this question. When I attend interviews, multiple interviews, by the time I got this question. Yeah. So to deploy the Java on target servers by using, yeah, to deploy the Java, why should we go with the Ansible? Why should we use the Ansible? I can use shell scripts also, right? So why we need to go with the Ansible to deploy the Java? Interviewer asks you logically, right? We can say we can say idempotency is the answer. I want to deploy Java on 1000 servers. Why should I go with Ansible? I can use shell scripts also. Yes, you can go with shell scripts also. But what is the difference here? Difference is idempotency. What is idempotency? So normally, for example, I have 1000 servers are there. On 1000 servers, I want to deploy the Java using shell scripts. So if I use shell scripts, what will happen? So whatever Java already there in the servers, that will be gone first. That will be removed first. Shell scripts will be remove the existing Java first. So after that, again Java will be installed. So already 500 servers Java is available. Java team is working. For example, what will happen? Some disturbance will be happen, right? So 1000 server out of 1000 servers, 500 servers already Java is there. On Java servers, Java developers are working. What will happen if you deploy Java using shell scripts? Whatever Java already available, that will be removed. So by the time we'll get some issues, right? Yeah. So if you use Ansible to deploy the Java, so 500 servers already deployed, 500 servers Java already available. Remaining 500 servers, you're going to deploy the Java. By the time you select all, so whatever servers already deployed, those will not be disturbed by Ansible. Whatever servers are not deployed, those will be deployed using Ansible, right? So already available packages will not be disturbed. Ansible tell you it is already there in this server. Ansible will give you report already available. Whatever servers not available, whatever servers are not available in Java, that will be deployed. That service will be, yeah. So this is nothing but idempotency, right? So in real-time projects, so most of the project teams they are using Ansible. Ansible is a very advanced tool, very core tool to deploy the packages, to deploy the code, to deploy the applications, right? Yeah. So this is a mandatory question, entry question, idempotency, right? Yeah. So by using shell scripts, we'll get some issues when you use shell scripts to deploy the Java or any other packages. So it will remove first, it will install. But Ansible will not do like that. So if the Java is already available, it will tell you Java is already available. Clear? Any questions, anyone here? So
We
while
can
working on,
use
yeah, go ahead, please.
Is
Yes.
Ansible and Jenkins are same?
No, 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 no. Jenkins is a CI/CD tool. Ansible is a configuration management tool. Jenkins is a CI/CD tool. Ansible is a configuration management. Okay.
Okay.
can we use Ansible and Shell at the same time?
No, no, no. So you can use, but some disturbance will be happened. Not
Okay.
recommended.
So we can use any one, right? Whether Ansible or Shell script.
Ansible also. Yes, yes, correct. Shell
Okay.
scripts, yeah, if you use shell scripts, some disturbance will be happen, right? So
Mhm.
that is why, so shell scripts are not recommended for deployments.
Okay.
Okay.
Because most
So
of
that
the
is,
interviews they're asking about the Terraform shell script. So what is the difference between Ansible and Terraform?
Ansible is a configuration management tool. Terraform is a infrastructure automation tool.
Okay. That will be covered full of coding script part.
No, 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 not coding, scripting. So simple scripts are there in Terraform also. So we'll see that while working on Terraform, we'll go deep dive. Very simple small scripts are available in Terraform. So those
Okay,
are
I have
TF
one.
scripts. We can.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have one more question. The same thing for each and every deployment, the same Terraform script will repeat, or we can write a new script. Depends on the project.
We need to customize, right? As per the requirement, we need to customize. For
Okay,
example, I'm deploying Java here, so I need to give the Java syntax here, Java script here. So if you want to deploy other package, you need to customize this. So you need to edit this. You can modify this.
okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay.
And what is the difference between SRE and DevOps?
SRE is a designation. That is designation. Site reliability engineer. That is a designation.
Yeah, is there is any difference? Because sometimes I applied for the DevOps engineer role, but SR is
Hmm.
also is just approaching for the DevOps engineer role.
Yes.
Is
Designation
both are
can be
same?
anything. Yeah, both are same. Designation can
Okay,
be anything. SRE or consultant, senior consultant. So these are all same. Don't
okay,
worry about it. Okay.
okay. Thank you.
So any other questions before going to next slide?
Through
Anyone?
Ansible, if there is any Java upgrade, we are performing installation, and already we have
Hmm.
the Java running on the existing servers. So
Yes.
will it skip or will it upgrade the existing version?
Yeah, yeah. So if you want to upgrade, there is a different script. If you want to upgrade old version to new version, there is a different script that we can use.
Okay. So using the existing script, it will skip the on the what are the servers it
Yes,
is having, right?
exactly.
And
Yes, it will skip.
how do we define the path on these servers? Are we updating the scripts or we are updating in a separate way? On this path, it will be installed. It should be installed.
Yeah. So basically, for example, 1.1.7 is running on the servers. Okay. So if you want to upgrade to 1.9 or 1.8, right? So we need to prepare, we need to edit. I'll show you some scripts. So many scripts are there. By using that, we can easily apply the scripts on the servers. So yeah, I understand your question. For example, you have Java already old version. So you want to upgrade or deploy. Can you repeat your question one more time?
No, both. Example, as you mentioned, we have the multiple groups in the environment. So in few of the
Yes.
groups, we have the existing Java version, and in few of the servers, in the same group, in few of the servers, we don't have the Java. So if we give the
Right.
entire group, so will it skip or will it upgrade based on the whatever the script we are updating?
Fine, fine, fine. It will skip. It will skip. I'll show you that. The difference I'll show you while working on Ansible.
Okay. And
Okay.
while installation, can we give any specific path on these drives? On this drive, the Java should be installed or something, or it will take the default from the C drives. What are the default drives?
Yeah. So whatever, for example, these are the target servers, right? So you're applying the scripts from Ansible, right? Yeah. So directly, yeah, it will take the default drive. So we don't require other additional drives. So normally we use the C drives only, right? Target servers. Deployments will happen on C drives. Default drives. Fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is Ansible architecture. So while working on Ansible, we'll go deep dive. So here Ansible automation engine is there, inventories, APIs, modules, plugins, right? As a DevOps engineer, we prepare the playbooks. We can apply onto modules. From here, it will move to the APIs through host missions, target servers. So while working on Ansible, we'll go deep dive. This is very, very important architecture. Okay. Yeah. Next one. So Ansible we can integrate with Jenkins if required. So normally Ansible will work individual. If you required, you can integrate with Jenkins here. So Jenkins will trigger the job to Ansible. Ansible will go and deploy the code on application servers. We can integrate if you require as per the requirement in projects. Okay. Yeah, so these are the tools we are going to learn. So in our course, three platforms will be covered: AWS Cloud, Microsoft Azure Cloud, Google Cloud Platform. Three clouds will be covered here, right? So this is a multi-cloud with the DevOps batch. Okay, so three clouds will be covered. AWS will be AWS is fully covered. Azure and Google Cloud. So infrastructure services will be covered. So Linux will be covered here, Linux basics, Git, GitHub, Jenkins, Maven, Ansible, Nexus, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform. These are all very core tools, very advanced tools. Every tool will go deep dive. So not only installation configuration, every tool will go deep dive. So Git will take 5 days, Jenkins will take 8 days, like that. Every tool will go deep dive, right? Yeah, Apache Tomcat also will be covered. Python scripting basics also will be covered here. So along with this, 3 live projects will be covered. Live CI/CD with Git, Jenkins, Maven, Tomcat. Live CI/CD with Git, Jenkins, Maven, Kubernetes. Live CI/CD with GCP, Terraform or migration project, server migration or data migration, right? So 3 projects will be covered here. Yeah, AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, DevOps and projects will be covered here. Now, Linux basics, these are the modules covered in our course, Linux basics. So Linux will take 3 days. Okay. Yeah. So these are the tools. So Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, these 4 tools are very advanced tools, very core tools. So if you are good in at least out of all these tools, if you are good in at least 2 tools, you can easily crack your interview. So why we are learning this many tools? So every project team they are using 1 or 2 tools only, maximum 3 tools, right? So if you learn all these tools, you can crack any interview. You can fit for any project, right? So if you are good in Kubernetes and Jenkins, you can easily crack your interview. If you are good in Git and Jenkins, Maven, you can easily crack your interview. If you are good in Jenkins, Git and Ansible, you can easily crack your interview, right? So combination of 2 or 3 tools, right? You don't require all the tools, but if you learn all the tools, you can easily crack your interview, any interview. Fine. Yeah. So everyone, can you provide your WhatsApp number and email address in the chat so that we'll provide you a recording session? Yeah. So my mobile number I give you. Yeah, I share my mobile number. My mobile number is 96422111711 is my mobile number. This is my personal number. So you can take down this number. Yeah. So normally trainers they never share their personal numbers, right? So from Harsha Trainings we share our numbers. You can take down my number and you can provide your email address and WhatsApp number here in the chat so that we'll provide you recordings, we'll provide you some documentation, course content if required. Everyone, can you provide your number, WhatsApp number and email address in the chat, GoToMeeting chat? Fine. So yeah, you can provide your email address and WhatsApp number in the chat so that we provide you recording session, right? Yeah. Fine. So our support daily recordings will be provided, FAQs will be provided, frequent asked questions, right? Supporting documents will be provided, one-to-one support. Like for example, if you are facing some issues while practicing, if you are facing some issues like you are unable to access the cloud server, you are unable to work on cloud platform or any tools. So definitely every batch will have one WhatsApp group. Every batch will have one WhatsApp group. In the WhatsApp group, you can take the screenshot and you can post in the group. So here, every batch will have one WhatsApp group. See here. So this is the way. So different, yeah. So different batches are there. 70th batch, 72 batch also there. 70, 72 batch, 73 batch also running. 73 batch also going on. NM batch. Okay. So like this, every batch will have one WhatsApp group. So while practicing, if you are facing any issues, you can take the screenshot and you can post it to the group. So like this. See here, this is a screenshot. Someone posted. like this. So if you are facing any issues, you can take the screenshot, and you can post into the group while practicing. Okay. Yeah. So if anyone already practiced in the group, they give you response, or else I give you response. I'll clear your questions. Like I clear your doubts, whatever issues you are facing. So I resolve that issues. Okay. Yeah. So here sample resumes will be provided. Resume support will be provided. I prepare your resume. Technical support, like so while you're practicing or while working on, when you join into the project, if you have any technical questions, definitely I give you technical support, right? Yeah. So daily recordings, FAQs, supporting documents, these are all we provide. And also, so real-time projects end-to-end and interview sessions topic-wise. So mock interviews will be conducted. Mock interviews. Okay. Resume and interview preparation. 3 months complete training. 100% job assistance will be provided. So until you get job, I give you support. Even though once you get into the project. So if you have any technical questions, definitely you can reach out to me. You can call me. You can WhatsApp me. Right. Yeah, so these are all things will be covered. Operations and internal team structure and also internal applications. These all will be covered. Okay, so this is institute number. You can save this number. This is my number. You can save this two numbers. So you can reach out to me if you have any questions. If you want to talk to me, you can reach out to me. Right. So our batch is started from today. So tomorrow onwards, regular sessions will be happened. Okay. So if you are interested, you can make the fee. So fee would be 22,000, 22K. Right? If you are interested, you can make the fee. You will get the account details. So you can add WhatsApp group. Already WhatsApp group created here for this batch. Already WhatsApp group created. Already members added into the group. So if you are interested, you can add into WhatsApp group. Once you make the fee, you can forward the screenshot to me so that I'll add into WhatsApp group. Any questions here? Anyone?
Yeah,
Anyone
I
having
have a
any?
question. Yeah.
Yeah.
After getting the job, we'll get a support for as a developer. So after getting the job, we can get support for at least 1 month or 2 months.
That is job support, right?
Yeah.
So technical support I give you.
Ah,
Job support I arrange someone to take. My students are working with the TCS, Wipro, different companies. So
okay.
they are giving job support. If you need any job support, I give you references. You can directly contact them. Take the
Okay.
job support.
Okay. I'm in US, so we
Mhm.
can get support at any time or any
Yes.
specific time, India time.
Yeah, you need to talk with them
Okay.
according to yeah your availability, their availability. We can plan.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir, I
As you
have a
mentioned, you
question.
will be supporting.
Sorry.
How many
Go
days
ahead, Kumar.
can you continue?
Yeah, this course would be 3 months course, right? So 3 months. It takes nearly 3 months. Daily 1 hour, Monday to Friday. So sometimes I'll take weekends also, Saturday, Sunday also. So maximum 3 months it would be.
Okay.
Okay,
Fine. So
as
we
you
can write.
mentioned, uh,
Yeah.
as you mentioned,
Yeah.
you will be covering AWS, Azure, and cloud also, right? So, what would be the topics you will be covering? Entire IaaS platforms, or any specific related to the DevOps only?
Yeah. So I provide a course content. AWS will be covered fully, all the services. Azure and Google Cloud, infrastructure services. DevOps will go deep dive. Every tool will go deep dive.
Okay,
Kubernetes, Terraform, Ansible, Docker. These are all advanced tools. Those tools we go deep dive. Every tool, not only those four tools. Every tool. Fine.
Sir, is
Any other question?
Spinnaker
yeah, thank.
connected? Spinnaker
Sorry.
is connected with this build deploy tools as a well-known
Can you
build
come
deploy.
again?
Spinnaker. I heard about Spinnaker a lot from my DevOps time.
Spinnaker. Okay. Yes, yes. So we have
Uh,
other tools, right? So whatever popular tools are there, those we are going to cover in our course. If you learn these
okay.
tools, you can handle any tools. So for
Okay.
example, yeah, I show you something here. For example, these are the tools we are going to learn, right? So in place of Jenkins, Yeah, Jenkins is very popular tool. In place of Jenkins, project teams are using TeamCity, JFrog, right? So if you are good in Jenkins, you can handle any tools, right? Other tools. Jenkins is popular tool. 85% of the project teams they are using Jenkins. For example, if you are good in driving, you can drive any car, right?
Right, right.
Yeah. Any
Uh,
other questions? Any?
Hello, Ram. This is Chandrasekhar. So, with this knowledge, can I apply for cloud engineer or associate positions, or that's totally different
Yes.
topic?
Yes, yes, you can apply. Yes. Once complete
Okay.
the course, you can apply. Yes. Fine. Yeah. So from tomorrow onwards, our regular sessions will be started. So if you are interested, you can add into WhatsApp group. Okay. Yeah. Tomorrow also same link will work. Tomorrow also same link will work. Fine. Yeah. So if you have any more questions, you can reach out to me. You can call me. You can WhatsApp me so that we'll discuss. Fine. So you can wind up here. Yeah. Thank you all.